The night passenger. Have you ever picked up a ride, share passenger, and realized halfway through the trip that they're not going where they said they were? That maybe they're not even alive? My name is Rachel, and I drive for 3 different rideshare apps. Started doing it after I lost my job at the marketing firm. Needed something flexible while I looked for new work. The divorce took half my savings, and my daughter Emma needs money for college applications. I work mostly nights and at weekends. Better surge pricing, less traffic, and honestly, I prefer the quiet. Just me, my Honda Civic, and the open road. Simple pickups, simple drop-offs, simple conversations with people trying to get home. For 6 months, it was exactly that. Simple. Then I started getting requests for passengers who weren't there. It began with a pickup at 47E LM Street. The app showed a rider named Michael Torres, 5-star rating, requesting a trip to downtown. I pulled up to the address at 11:43 p.m., but the house was dark. No porch lights, no movement, no signs of life. I waited the standard 5 minutes, then marked it as a no-show. But as I was pulling away, my app chimed with a message from Michael. Sorry, I missed you. In the back seat now, ready to go. I stopped the car immediately, turned around to check my back seat. Empty. I texted back. I don't see you in my vehicle. Are you sure you're in the right car? Black Honda Civic. License plate 847 JKL. That's you, right? That was definitely me. But my car was completely empty. I drove home. Chalked it up to some kind of app glitch. People accidentally request rides, cancel them, get confused. Happens all the time. But the next night, it happened again. Different passenger, same situation. Sarah Chen, pickup at 23 Oak Avenue. Dark house, no one waiting, but a message after 5 minutes. In your car, let's go. This time, I called Uber support. Hi, this is Rachel, driver ID 5847. I'm having issues with passengers claiming to be in my car when they're not. I understand your frustration, the support agent said. Let me check your recent trips. Okay. I see you completed a ride with Sarah Chen about 10 minutes ago. 5-star rating from the passenger, payment processed, trip marked as successful. But I never picked anyone up. My car is empty. According to our GPS tracking, you drove from 23 Oak Avenue to downtown, took 37 minutes, dropped the passenger at Union Station. Your car was in motion the entire time. I checked my own phone's GPS history. She was right. According to every tracking system, I'd driven across town with a passenger, but I had no memory of it. No memory of anyone getting in my car, no conversation, no drop-off. Just a gap in my memory where a trip should have been. That's when I started recording my rides. I set up my phone to record video of my backseat during every pickup. If someone was getting in my car without me noticing, I'd have proof. The third incident happened on Thursday night. Pickup request for James Morrison at 156 Pine Street. I arrived, started recording, waited in front of the dark house. After 5 minutes, the passenger texted. Ready when you are. I responded. I don't see you. Where are you? Right behind you. Let's go to Riverside Memorial Park. I turned around to look at my back seat while recording. Empty. Completely empty. But on the video, there was someone there. An older man, maybe 65, wearing a dark coat, sitting directly behind my driver's seat, looking straight at the camera. His face was pale, drawn, and his eyes had no life in them. I was looking directly at my back seat while filming. Zing. Nothing. But the camera showed a passenger that my eyes couldn't detect. I drove to Riverside Memorial Park in a state of shock, following the GPS directions while watching this impossible passenger in my rearview mirror. Except, I couldn't see him in the mirror, only on the phone screen. When I arrived at the park, the app marked the ride as complete. Payment processed. Passenger rated. The trip 5 stars. The video showed the man getting out of my car and walking toward the park entrance, but I never saw any of it happen with my own eyes. I checked the park later that day. Riverside Memorial Park is a cemetery. That night, I didn't drive. Instead, I researched my passengers. Michael Torres died 3 months ago in a car accident on the same street where I'd picked him up. Sarah Chen. Obituary from 6 months ago. Heart attack at age 42. James Morrison. Passed away 8 months ago. Buried at Riverside Memorial Park. All of my problem passengers were dead. Had been dead for months. But somehow, they were still requesting rides. Still getting into my car. Still going places only I could take them. I started checking obituaries before every shift, cross-referencing names with death records. Over the next 2 weeks, I picked up 12 more passengers. All dead. All buried. All somehow still using rideshare apps to get around town. The requests always came from addresses where they died or lived. Destinations were always places that meant something to them. Hospitals where they passed, homes of family members, favorite restaurants that had closed, graveyards where they were buried. And I was the only driver who got these requests. I tested this theory by talking to other rideshare drivers. None of them had ever experienced anything like this. No phantom passengers, no mysterious trips, no gaps in memory. It was just me. It was just me. Last week I decided to try communicating with them. The pickup was for Margaret Foster at 89 Maple Drive. According to her obituary, she died in that house 2 months ago. Lung cancer, age 73. I arrived, started recording, and waited for the inevitable message. Ready to go, dear. Need to visit my granddaughter. Instead of marking her as a no-show, I spoke out loud to my empty backseat. Margaret? Can you hear me? On the video, I could see her nod. An elderly woman with gray hair and tired eyes, wearing a hospital gown. Margaret, you're not alive anymore. She smiled sadly. On camera, I watched her lips move, but I couldn't hear her voice. I could only hear it through the app messages. My phone chimed. I know, dear, but they won't let me see her. Won't let me say goodbye properly. She doesn't know I'm gone. Who won't let you? The others. The ones who crossed over properly. They say I'm supposed to let go, but I can't. Not until I see Rebecca one more time. I drove her to Rebecca's house. Through the camera, I watched Margaret get out and walk to the front door. She stood there for maybe 10 minutes, just watching through the windows at a family I couldn't see. When she came back to the car, she was crying. She's doing okay, the message read. Growing up so fast, I just needed to know she was okay. I drove Margaret back to Maple Drive. Before she got out, she turned to look directly at the camera. Thank you, Rachel. You're the only one who can see us, the only one who can help us finish what we need to finish. Why me? Why can I see you when other drivers can't? Her final message made my blood run cold. Because you're dying too, dear. Just more slowly than we did. That was 5 days ago. Since then, I've been to 3 different doctors. Full workups, blood tests, scans, everything. Stage 4, pancreatic cancer. Advanced, aggressive, maybe 3 months left. The symptoms had been there for weeks. The fatigue, the weight loss, the stomach pains. I'd attributed it all to stress from the divorce, from financial pressure, from working too many hours. But somehow, the dead passengers knew before I did. They're not haunting random rideshare drivers. They're seeking out someone like them. Someone standing at the edge between life and death. Someone who can exist in both worlds long enough to help them finish their business. I understand now why I'm the only driver who gets these requests. The rideshare apps aren't malfunctioning. They're working exactly as designed, connecting passengers who need rides with drivers who can take them there, even when the passengers are dead, even when the driver soon will be. Tonight, I got a new request. Pick up at my own address. Passenger name, Rachel Morrison. The trip destination is listed as Riverside Memorial Park. I haven't accepted the ride yet, but I can see myself in my rearview mirror now. Pale, drawn, wearing the same expression I've seen on all my other passengers. My phone is chiming with a message from myself. Ready when you are. I think my last ride is about to begin. But maybe that's okay. Maybe helping lost souls find their way home isn't the worst way to spend your final days, even if home is somewhere the living can't follow. The most beautiful journeys aren't always between places you can find on a map. Sometimes they're between worlds that were never meant to touch. Until someone like me comes along to bridge the distance. If you're ever a rideshare driver and you get requests from passengers who aren't there, don't ignore them. They need the ride more than you know. And maybe you need to help them more than you realize. Some destinations can only be reached by those who are already halfway there.